I wouldn't say I was the most talented person. I was stubborn, and I spent the 13 years of trial and error getting to a really high level, and I'm really proud of the level at which I got to. A lot of athletes come to us and we see I'm able to go over their training, and I hate to see them make the same mistakes I did 12 years ago. There's part of me that's really competitive still, and I just want to make sure that the things I learned are sort of passed on, you know. I guess it was one of those things where it's a culmination of 4 years of work, you know. Like you're racing on the circuit every week and you're trying to do something, but you never really have a day off, or you never have a period where you're focused on this one race to get ready for. And I like that, and I really enjoyed that experience of being able to set my sights on, you know, even 3 months, which is my short window. HupHup is, it's hard to describe. I guess we sort of describe it as a sort of a collective of people over swimming, biking and running, and then triathletes mixed in, trying to do something that they've never done before, get faster. We've got everyone from a chap trying to swim the Channel this year to people who rode the Ross, people doing their first Olympic distance triathlon, people doing their first Ironman, sort of seasoned pros, people trying to make the Olympics perhaps. So it's quite a lively bunch, and it keeps us interested as coaches, you know. It sort of started as a passion project. I listened to I worked in the city and I lived in Greystones, and I used to listen to podcasts every morning, and I was big into American Guy at the time, and he said you should always have a side passion project that you do your work 9 to 5, but you have something on the weekend that keeps you alive. And I sort of think just the job I was in at the time, that I was getting to that stage, you know. So what started out as a sort of passion project is sort of now snowballed a little bit. I never like to use that word sacrifice as a choice. You can choose to set your stall out, and I think sometimes it's hard for Irish athletes to actually stand up and say, this is what I'm trying to do. I had a girl in the other day, and I asked her what she wanted to do, and she sort of embarrassingly told me she dreamt of going to the Olympics, but I was like, unless you say it out loud, then you're never going to get there, you know. So we're based out here. We're based sort of between Wicklow and Dublin. We do use Base to Race. We have a little office here. So Base to Race is a shop essentially, but it has everything under one roof. So you can come in here for swimming, cycling, and running. That's the sort of downstairs, and upstairs we sort of, in terms of HupHup, I sort of like to think of it as like our performance network, where we can have a bike fitter and Velo Motion, we can have gait analysis with an Amphibian King, we have our swim flume where we do swim analysis, we have our Le Mans Turbo trainer room where we get people together to do sessions, and it's just a handy spot off the M50 for sort of, with a lot of people it's sort of an extension of their day, and we sort of try to facilitate training in the people's day, so they don't have to go home and then try and think about getting out. I had to move out of Ireland to get to where I wanted to go, and that's the same for a lot of sports, you know. And I think even now with HupHup we have this sort of grand vision that we're good enough that if you're an Irish athlete you don't necessarily have to make that move. Sometimes think about how we improve Irish sport, and that retention of athletes who have been at that level and who already have the performance network is important, you know, not just in triathlon but in every sport. And I'd love to see more Olympians and more elite athletes be involved in high performance sport after they finish it, because for me you can't replace that experience with a weekend course.